I have toured the stores, and I have seen a sample of your exhibitions. I want to congratulate the Honorable Nyamutworo and her colleagues for getting you together and for knowing that this is the correct way to go. I also want to congratulate the exhibitors and the other innovators for finally waking up. The problem of Africa has been sleeping. In Luo we say Nino Matek. In Lusoga we say Kulambara. Okwebaka. Okwejejera. This has been the problem of Africa and its leaders, especially in the last 400 years. The Africans have been asleep, especially their leaders. The story of the human race starts 4.5 million years ago. That is when man evolved from lower primates to what we came to call Homo sapiens sapiens, meaning an intelligent man. Now, this Homo sapiens sapiens has been the agent of development and transformation. Why? Because of three characteristics. First of all, unlike other animals, he has got a superior brain, a brain which has got more convolutions on the cortex of the brain. Therefore, able to think and reason instead of acting by instinct like the other animals. This is the first characteristic. The second one is bipedalism. The fact that you people, you walk on 2 legs instead of walking on 4 legs or crawling on the ground like the snakes I saw there when we were coming. This frees your eyes to see far and your brain to think more. When a snake is in the grass, maneuvering around, doesn't have time to think. It is too busy negotiating through those obstacles. Now finally, the human being has got a hand, this hand, engaro, which can hold tools and do work. It is these three characteristics that enabled man to understand the laws of nature. What they call science is really understanding the laws of nature. Gravity, wind, light, sound, and all those natural laws, and use them to solve man's problems. Look at Latin America. Latin America has got more natural resources than the United States. But you watch on TV, people from South America are walking on foot to go to the United States because of the misery in Latin America. Why? Because Latin America is disorganized politically and economically. There's no way you can make business in Latin America and you succeed. In Guatemala, in Uruguay, in what? Those are rich in presidents, but poor in everything else. Have a lot of presidents, they come to meetings, a lot of gun salutes, but poor in everything else. Now, the United States, whatever you think about the President Americans who are there now, they are leaders. But the original ones, like Washington and others, had a better view when they united the 13 American colonies, British colonies, into the nucleus of the United States. That big market is the one which has made the United States to overtake these small European countries, UK, France, all those small countries, because for them they were stuck in their old narrowness. British, whatever, Francais, I don't know what. Now, this United States became easier for business to operate in. Because if I was in the USA, I would now be a billionaire. Because I would sell my milk from New York to California, a land area of 3 million square miles, a population of 320 million. So now the future is now going to belong to those big countries. You have seen how China has overtaken those small countries of Europe. It is now the second biggest economy, China. All those little countries, UK, what have you, those are wako nyuma huko. Now, India is coming up. Russia is a very powerful country. Although the population is not so big, it's about 140 million, but it's a huge country. And it will come up after they get out of their confusion, which they had at some time. Therefore, we in Africa, we couldn't be part of that confused group. We were very happy that our leaders in 1980, some of us were still fighting, but those who were in charge, they met in Lagos, and they launched what they call the Lagos Plan of Action. You can check it on your internet, you will see what it was. But it was saying, Africa to be prosperous, we needed to have a common market. That's how we started with the East African, with COMESA, what became COMESA. And East African Community. And now we are talking about the African Common Market. So we have now created that African market for you. It's there. There's the Ugandan market, there's the East African market, there's the African market. So you should check. When I talk of textiles, what is the size of business in Uganda of textiles? What is the size of business of textiles in East Africa? What is the size of business of textiles in the whole of Africa? How about globally? Because you should also look at the global to be able to export to the external world. So finally, I will have a meeting with your leaders, Nyamutoro's group, so that we discuss about the funding for your innovations. Of course, there is already money in UDB. We are putting that money there. But why can't the youth access it? Why can't we have, is UDB here? Are they here? They are not here. We shall meet and we shall definitely fund these innovations if they are they have got a clear business perspective. So you tell these Europeans, say, mutuleke, but otherwise, you can hear that I'm speaking to you in English. I'm not speaking Chinese. I'm not speaking Russian. I'm not speaking Turkish. I'm not speaking Hindi. I'm speaking English. So I can easily work with you people, with you the Europeans, if you are disciplined. The problem is that they lack discipline. Somebody comes to your house, say, this chair should be, you man, you have just come to my house. You should sit where I show you. Not to tell me this chair should be here. This is bad manners. So, but these young people in the embassy are good young people. That young man is, I know him. And the girl is from where? You will tell me where you are from. The young man is from Sweden. Sweden looked after my children very well and my wife. They are disciplined in Sweden. So I will pass by their exhibition.